everyone, welcome. If I haven't met you on Flipgrid or elsewhere yet, my name is Amanda McDermott and I'm an advisor here at OFS. The purpose of this video is to introduce this week's topic, priorities, and explain the assignment, which is for you to identify your priorities. So why this assignment? Well, you are a high school student and high school students are regularly flooded with requests and demands of your time. Some of which you want to do and some of which you must do to keep up with your classes, to please or respect your parents, to fulfill commitments you have to teams or clubs, and to maintain strong friendships. All of these things take time, and knowing your priorities will help you with your time in two ways. Number one, it will help you to proactively create a schedule that includes all of your top priorities so that you don't have to wonder when you're going to fit them in because they're already planned for. That's going to be the next assignment that follows this one. You'll use your priorities to build your schedule. Number two, knowing your priorities will help you to respond when life throws you a curveball. Think about this question. When you run out of time in a given day or in your week, how do you decide what can slide to another day and what needs to be completed immediately? Knowing your priorities will help guide you. So this is because when you identify your priorities, you determine what's most important to you. Then knowing and thinking about those priorities allows you to bring order to your busy schedule, helps you to make decisions about how to spend your time, and helps you ultimately to stay on the path to the life that you want and the goals you have for yourself. So with that introduction, let's look at the assignment. Identifying your priorities. I've created a chart for you that has these three headings, examples, and then this is where you're going to do your work, is in this spot that says your list. So responsibilities and goal-driven priorities, that's one category of priorities, and it includes things that are responsibilities, like feeding the dog, and things that align with goals you have for yourself, such as doing well in school. Health, happiness, and meaning priorities, I'm going to come back to that one in a second, and then inconsequential or low priorities, things that we enjoy, but they're a bonus. In other words, if you didn't get to it today, there would be no negative consequence for you to live with. It would be okay if it was postponed. Now, you may be wondering why a school assignment is asking you to list your health priorities, because it's a school assignment. Why does school care about your health, your happiness, and your meaning priorities? I have two reasons for you. Number one, we care about you as an actual person, not just someone who does assignments, turns them in, and earns grades. Number two, research is clear that our brains are linked to every aspect of our lives. You have to use your brains to do school, and everything on this list here, all of these examples, all those examples are good for our bodies and our minds, which helps us to focus and think more clearly. To put it bluntly, you will be more successful in school and in life if you include your health, your happiness, and meaning in your priorities. All right, now I want to talk about the nitty-gritty of the assignment a little bit, now that you know the why. An important thing for you to remember is that there is no one right way to complete this chart, and that is because this chart reflects your priorities. Let me give you a couple of examples of how this might vary from person to person. What is a health priority for some might be a responsibility for someone else. So for example, exercise might be a priority for me. For someone else who is on the soccer team, that might be a responsibility because that person has a responsibility to their teammates to be at practice and do their best. It can go the other direction as well. Something that might be a bonus for me, like doing art, might be a health and happiness and meaning priority for someone else because it might be central to their stress management. And I know that that is true for some of you guys. Finally, what is a top goal-driven priority for one person might not even be on the list for someone else. For example, preparing for the SAT or the ACT might be a high priority, a goal-driven priority for some of our 11th and 12th graders, but for others, 9th graders, 10th graders, or 11th and 12th graders who are career-bound, it's not even on the list, and that is fine. Finally, priorities will vary by season. A simple example would be that for most of you, schoolwork was not a priority over the summer, but it should be all school year. Sports, similarly, are based in a season, so during the season of your sport, it may be a big priority, but not so much after the season has come to an end. Okay, so with this assignment, you are going to follow the steps right here. And the first step says to brainstorm your priorities in the left and center columns first. So you're just going to brainstorm all the things that matter to you, things that are important, things that you need to do, things that you want to do, all the things. And you don't have to go in a particular order. You can bounce around, but just brainstorm for both of those categories. After you've done those two, step 2 tells you to go to the low priorities or bonus category and list the other things that take up your time, things that you spend time on, okay? Step 3 is optional. Within each column, if some priorities are more important than others, you can cut and paste those to the top of the column. So what does that mean? Well, let's just go back to that SAT, ACT example. Let's say that your scheduled date for the SAT or ACT is right around the corner. So for right now, in this season of your life, it's a very top priority. So I'm going to do Control X and Control V to paste it to the top of the list. Again, this is optional, but if you choose to do this step, it will help you with the next assignment, which is to create your weekly schedule based on these priorities. The final step is to estimate how much time would be ideal for each priority each week. And I don't mean ideal like, I wish I didn't have to do this, but ideal to fulfill that priority well. Write that time in parentheses next to the priority. All right, so let me just give you a little example. My job at OFS is 25 hours a week. Most staff are 40, but I am part-time, so I'm going to put 25 hours per week, just like that. For you as a student, your schoolwork should take you about 30 hours per week, all right? Whereas feeding the dog, that's a daily task, but it only takes about 10 minutes per day. So those are the steps that you're going to complete. When you've done them, you're done with this assignment and you can submit it right here on Canvas. I'm looking forward to looking at these, and your advisor is too, because it will help us get to know you that much better by knowing what your priorities are. All right, thanks. Have a great week.